everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Kristen with Monarch Plans, and today I am going to be doing a video where I am going to flip through all of the planners that I used in 2022. So you can see I have 3 planners here. 2 of them are Erin Condren, one of them is Hobonichi. I pretty much stuck to these planners and I only kind of dabbled in a few for like 1 week or so just to experiment with a spread or something like that. So I am just going to get started and show you this first one that I started off 2022 using, and it is the Erin Condren teacher planner, and it's the 8.5 by 11 size. So this thing is humongous. It's kind of hard to fit in the frame, so I'm sorry if you can't really see the whole thing, but I got the Focus teacher planner in the vegan leather cover, and I really got this because it had the layout that I really liked with the separated out rows and everything, and I was able to kind of update it to fit my needs and have everything in the column format. My one thing with this is it was very, very big, and it also didn't fit the sticker kits that I had designed, and so it was kind of difficult for me to have to like print out 2 sticker kits, use 2 sticker kits every single week, all of that stuff. So I used this for about, I don't know, I want to say like half the year or so, maybe a little bit less. And then I moved on to the 7x9 version of the same thing, just because it was a lot smaller and it really fit my stickers better, all of that stuff. So let me just get started showing you some of these pages in here. I didn't set up a lot of the front. I had really good intentions to do that, but I really just didn't feel super connected to this planner. I really liked the weekly planning in it and I was kind of getting used to it, but the rest of the planner just like wasn't my thing. So I didn't have a lot going on in the front or anything like that. I have my January set up here, so let me just kind of scoot this over. And again, it's so big and really hard to fit in the frame of the camera, but I have everything here. I have my good things list, which I really enjoyed keeping, and then just some to-do lists and everything like that. So that is kind of how I started off January. I have my January spread here for the monthly, but I didn't have a kit made because this planner just had different dimensions than any of my monthly kits. So I didn't make a monthly kit for January, but I did use some different like labels and everything like that, and full boxes and things just to decorate a little bit. Then I get into my weekly spreads. So I'm just going to do kind of like a quicker flip through. I'm not going to show you in depth every single week, but just want to show you kind of how things look overall in these different planners, and then I'll call out things if they look, you know, special, or if there's something special I want to mention about them. But essentially I use stickers from my own shop, and these are just sized for 7x9, so that's why they kind of look a little small and they're like dwarfed in this planner. There's the second week. See the sidebar. Week 3, I tried out some like workout stickers. I didn't end up putting these in the shop, but I definitely thought about it. I mean, it might be something that I still bring to the shop at some point. Here is the last week of January. It's like a coffee themed kit. I really liked this one. And then we just have a couple blank pages at the end of the month. February, I didn't really finish setting up the little dashboard, but I did do my good things, which again is one of my favorite things to do, so I'm glad I at least got that filled out. There was just some big things this month. My birthday was in February. My dad and my sister came for a surprise visit this month as well. We did a lot of good things with them. My dad stayed with us for quite a while. My mother-in-law moved into a new like condo house thing, which was really, really nice to get to see her moving into that. Other than that, it looks like I was just doing some stuff at work and getting some things done at work, which is a good thing. And then it looks like I was really getting into Go Wild stuff, so that's exciting. I know Go Wild was at the beginning of March. And then I put in here also, I mean, good things and highlights isn't always good things. I also wanted to put some things that were more noteworthy, like Russia invaded Ukraine on the 24th, it looks like. So it's just very interesting sitting here at the end of the year looking back on this. Here I made a special kit for like February and I think for March, maybe April. So I didn't put these in my shop or anything. I just had these larger headers to cover more space, and then just used some of my existing stickers to put in like the days of the week, and then use just regular labels. I do like how this turned out, so that's kind of nice, but it's just not something that was very sustainable for me with the size being so big. I have my birthday kit here that I used. My birthday was on the 2nd, so I was able to kind of decorate accordingly. My dad and my sister came and surprised us, which was really fun, or surprised me, I guess I should say. Here's a week where I didn't really put in a lot. I think my dad was here this week, or at least dad was leaving this week, so I know the first part of the week I was just kind of busy hanging out with my dad, so I think that kind of was why I didn't do a lot of decorating this week or do a plan with me or anything like that. Here is Valentine's week, which I really enjoyed. I liked the kit for this, so I wanted to use it, but it looks like I, again, was just a little bit busy, maybe with other things this week, and didn't do a plan with me or anything like that. So, yeah, I think there was a certain point where I was like, man, I really don't know if this planner is working. I like the layout. I don't like the size. So I think there's some weeks where I was like, man, I just don't think I have enough stuff to fill up this whole planner. This kit actually was a kit I offered for Black Friday last year. I think it was the tiered freebie. So I used that this week because I really wanted to use it at some point. I do have on here like news, Russian forces attack Ukraine, just something notable to remember. So that's interesting to look back on. Yeah, and just some other things. We went to some drag races at the local drag strip. We did some fun stuff. We helped my mother-in-law move, stuff like that. So I like how this one worked out, but you can definitely see that I don't really have enough stuff going on to fill up the entire page or the entire spread. Here is the itinerary for Go Wild. I decorated it with just some like washi that I got, and then did a little packing list. I really like this washi at the bottom. Sorry, my camera turned off for a second, but I was just showing you the bottom washi. It's this really fun foiled like leopard print, which was kind of perfect for Go Wild. So I really loved this little spread, and it helped keep me a little bit more organized for getting packed and everything. I didn't set up anything for March here. I did do a little monthly spread, so that was kind of nice. I didn't do a whole lot else in terms of writing things down. I just did a couple little labels here and there. So that is pretty much it for this spread. You can see kind of at the bottom the different washi I did. I really like this kit, but I just didn't do all the setup I needed to do for it. I do have here my Go Wild spread, which I absolutely loved. It was more of a memory planning spread, so I was able to print this kit from a shop on Etsy, I believe. So I bought everything. It came with like deco, a bunch of different things, and I was able to print and cut it, so that was a huge deal where I was able to like find an actual Go Wild kit versus I didn't make this one, so that was pretty fun. Other than that, like I said, this was more of like a memory keeping kit instead of like a planning ahead kit. So I really liked this spread, definitely. I have here the week I got back. Definitely not as busy as the last week, but it still was really fun. I was using the kit that I really liked that I had used for the monthly, so I just liked the colors and everything like that. You can see kind of at the bottom. I have our St. Patty's Day kit here, and really not a whole lot to mention in here. Again, use this a little bit more than I did in past weeks. I think I might have done a plan with me or something like that, but at least we have, we're filling it up a little bit more than we did before. I didn't plan this week. I didn't really plan the rest of March. I have a brain dump here, so nothing too spectacular. I have some notes from April about different good things because I hadn't set up my April spread before the month actually started, so I have some notes about the good things that I wanted to write down. I obviously didn't get that done for March because we saw that I didn't actually set up my March spread, so that's a little disappointing. And obviously I didn't set up April. I have some things here where I wanted to remind myself some dates for April and never got around to setting up my monthly. The biggest thing is this month is full of birthdays for my husband's family, and then the other big thing was my sister was heading to Nepal to go trek to Everest Base Camp, so that was something I was keeping track of, some of the dates where she was going to be gone, coming home, all of that kind of stuff, so I could make sure that I was able to text her and everything when I could. Here is that first spread for the month. I really like this spread. I love this kit and everything and the patterns. So I was really excited to use this. My sister had some stuff going on for her trip this first week, so I wanted to keep track of that. And then other than that, there wasn't too many other things. I kept track of some workouts and stuff in this spread and did some stuff for my shop here at the bottom. But other than that, again, not too much to mention. I was able to add some pictures to my spread from my sister's trip. I know that I didn't go, but I really loved getting pictures from her and putting them in like my planner, looking them up on the map and everything. And I feel like I was just kind of living vicariously through her. So she would send me pictures and I wanted to print them out and put them here just because it was just a very important trip for her. And then other than that, this was kind of like the Easter week, I believe. I'm trying to think. I think it was Easter on this Sunday. So I have my, I used the Easter kit this week, and then it was also my husband's birthday. So kind of an interesting week, and we had different things that we were doing. So that was a fun week for sure. Nothing on these next few weeks. I think at that point I'd finally gotten like a little sick of using this planner. I have more pictures that I didn't use from my sister's trip, so I have them just in here. But this is pretty much her route and everything, so this is how I was keeping track of her. Every time she would text me, I'd wanted to make sure I kind of knew where she was because it was just super interesting to see how far she was going and be able to look up these different areas and the elevations and all that kind of stuff. So that was how that happened. And I'm really glad I kept track of this whole thing because it was just kind of nice to see her route. And then we get into May. I really don't think I planned in here at all in May, so we might be moving over to my next planner. So like I mentioned, I moved from the EC 8.5 by 11 teacher planner, focus teacher planner, into the 7 by 9 size. So the 7 by 9 size here, I believe it started in, looks like July. And I'm trying to think of what I used in the meantime. I think I kind of used a mixture of an Amplify planner and just kind of like writing in a notebook. I don't have the Amplify planner. I actually did like a big de-stash of a bunch of things and got rid of a bunch of stuff. And that was one of the things that I threw out because the quarter was over and I knew I didn't need it anymore. So I don't have that one, but it really wasn't anything super notable. It was pretty much just me writing lists and writing notes, so nothing too notable. Let's just get started in this one. This again started in July, so we have just the first part here. Luckily this all fits in the frame, so I don't have to be moving things around, but I have vacations, days off, important dates. Again, some important like events or dates that are happening in each of the months. Here I had a spot to track Monarch performance, content ideas, all that kind of stuff. I didn't really use this. I forgot essentially that it was in the front of my planner, so that's fun. I did the Peloton instructor challenge for the first part of the year, and then I need to fill this out because there's definitely more instructors that I've ridden with and worked out with. So this is something that was really fun to get me to kind of expand my horizons on the Peloton app. Here we have workouts, so I just wrote down all the Peloton instructors and was able to cross them out because it got to the point where I was trying to figure out who was doing what, like specialty or whatever type of workout. So I was able to write everything here. We have our first monthly dashboard here, and so this was just for July. I didn't do a lot with my habits, like I didn't fill them out in here, didn't fill out my wellness stuff, but I did have all of my good things, which again, really enjoyed that, especially not having done that for a few months. We have our monthly spread. And again, I'm just going to be flipping through some of these just because I don't want this to be super long. 4th of July week, so you can definitely see things got a lot more filled in when I made this like smaller or used the smaller size planner. I kind of prefer when my planner looks like a little bit more used like this, so I actually kind of like that it looks a little bit more busy. Here I tried some different like water tracking stickers to see if I could make it look different at all, and I think I ended up adding the water stickers to my shop. Here is another one. This didn't look as busy. I didn't really use any like full boxes or anything. This was an older kit, but I just had some extra washi and I really loved the washi strips for this, so I used an older kit. And then these were the pages for the month. There's a couple blank spreads at the end of each month in this planner, and I wanted to use it as like a monthly review, and so I tried to do that, but I forgot to actually do my monthly review. These stickers are from Orange Umbrella Co., if you are interested. Here I did my habits a little bit more, and then also did my good things and everything like that. So we had a vacation coming up, so we were getting prepared for that. My dad was coming back down to Phoenix, so getting prepared for that. Other than that, I don't really think anything else super big was happening. It was our anniversary, so we went to Sedona. That was one of the big things, but August was definitely a good month. It was a little bit busy. Like you see at the end of the month, it was busy. We had our trip to Sedona. Dad came down, flew out to Miami to go on a cruise, all of that stuff. So here is the first week. I loved this kit. It was just super fun and tropical, so I really enjoyed using this one. This was one of the mystery kits that I had released, so I wanted to use it and show people kind of what it looked like. I loved it, so I'm glad I got to use that. We have another one. This was when we went to Sedona, so that was really fun. I really enjoyed using like the full boxes in this planner, but the full boxes were a little bit too large for like the little rows, so I had to cut them down a little bit. So that was just something I had to kind of figure out how to use my kits in this new planner, and I think I finally figured out that it works a lot better when I cut down the boxes. So I did that for a little while. So we were getting ready for our cruise here and getting ready for Dad to come down. Pre-cruise to-do list and things to buy, cruise packing list, monthly review that again I didn't do. That was my bad. September I didn't use my habit tracker at all because a lot of the month was on vacation. So I was on vacation and then my dad was in town until pretty much like the end of the month. So it was kind of crazy. So we're definitely doing like family time and all that kind of stuff for a long time. Good things list again, monthly spread, back to weeklies. This was right before we went to Miami for our cruise. So it was me just doing a lot of like prep for that stuff. This is our cruise week, so I was able to do this more like a memory keeping spread, so I included some pictures and stuff like that, and also some information about like where we were each day and all of those things. So I am really loving this spread. This was super fun, so I am glad I put this in here because lots of really good memories on this week. We have the day that we got back. My sister headed down to hang out with my dad and I. We had like a little barbecue with all of us, all of that stuff. So that was really nice. And then this was another mystery kit week. So this mystery kit I think was from August, if I'm thinking of this correctly. So I really enjoyed the colors in this one mostly, so I really wanted to make sure and use it. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. This is when I got my first Hobonichi planner delivered, I believe. So that was a big thing. And so you know that I obviously moved into a Hobonichi. So that is kind of like when it all started. Binge Hobonichi videos, all of that stuff. So you know that that is where kind of I started thinking about going into a different planner. We were also planning for another cruise because we were heading out on a family cruise with my husband's family. So this week was just very like bare. There wasn't a lot going on because I was preparing and everything to go on this other cruise. So I had a lot of work stuff. I was focusing on shop stuff, a bunch of different things. So busy week. I noted here that Hurricane Ian hit the west coast of Florida, so much damage. So I wanted to make sure I kept that in there. This was just kind of a good reflection. I finally did a reflection for a month. So I really liked kind of breaking it out a little bit into the different categories. Again, another blank day, October, and the good things for October. And then the first week here, we did another cruise, again, a little family cruise. So I have some pictures and everything, vacation stuff. And then this next week, again, another mystery kit. So I think this is the mystery kit from September. So I was able to use that just for this spread. And I really, again, liked the different colors and stuff. It was definitely a good transition kit into more of the fall feelings and everything like that. And then pretty much now into the actual fall spread. So I have a lot of things going on in terms of work stuff. I was sick for this entire week. I remember feeling like pretty bad for at least like the weekend part. It just didn't, I was kind of out of it. So that is pretty much it. We had Moxie Life new releases was a big deal. So I remember working on that a whole lot. And other than that, not a whole lot else. We watched The Mole on Netflix, which I absolutely loved. And then we get into pre-Halloween. I used 2 kits for Halloween this week and then the next week since Halloween was on a Monday. So this one was a pretty busy week here. Reading, watching some stuff, football games, everything like that. So it was a pretty good week, and also preparing for Halloween, so making sure that we had candy, all of that fun stuff. I think that was pretty good week. And then we flip over to November. I used a little bit of a different dashboard setup. I wanted to use my Plum paper dashboard and see if I could make it work in here, and it worked really well. So you see a lot of times I'll just use my Erin Condren dashboard setup instead, and so both worked, but I had to kind of figure out which one I liked better. But at this point, I was really considering moving into my Hobonichi. Here I put like Hobonichi kits are so good. I was already making kits for them. I know I was also kind of planning and looking at a lot of things in my Hobonichi, and I was actually daily planning in my Hobonichi through the whole month of October. So I definitely had the bug for Hobonichi, and I think I was just trying to see if I can make it through my planner until like November or December, and it just wasn't going to happen. So you can see I kind of fizzled out at the end here. So not a whole lot got done. I have some habit tracker stuff, but didn't finish it all out. Here's my November monthly. Here is Halloween week. I used this fun, it was still a Halloween kit, even though we were into November, but I really liked the 2 different Halloween kits I had, so I wanted to have another Halloween week. I did some more new releases this week, so that was kind of the main focus, was new releases. And then you can see I didn't really come back and plan in here pretty much at all. I had some notes here on a sticky note, and I just didn't come back. I think I did one spread. Yeah, I did one spread in here more recently for a plan with me for Christmas, because I just wanted to use this kit in the planner that I like kind of knew and loved and everything like that. But I think going into January, I'm going to be really planning in my Hobonichi. I might kind of use this, and I have it set up to use for January for 2023, but I'm just not quite sure if that's just if I'm going to use this consistently or if I'll just kind of come back and do spreads here and there. So that is where I'm at with that. But let me show you how I used my Hobonichi planner from October through December. So I have my Hobonichi here. I have also kind of been using the weeks, but the weeks was definitely not as consistent. So I got the spring edition because that's all I could really find. And so a lot of these pages are blank. I did some testing for some of my kits. So you can see that there's some things filled out, but a lot of things just aren't like necessarily actual plans, if that makes sense. So I was trying to do something here that didn't really work out. So I still just kind of used my October monthly in my Erin Condren planner. For November, I did a lot of things where I was marking kind of good things. And so that was really good, but I didn't really have any way to decorate this. I used some Plum paper stickers and those were okay, but I didn't really like the way it turned out. So this planner is just a lot of experimenting this first couple months, and then into January, I'll be able to use kits and do different things in there. So this is my December spread, nothing too notable. Still have a few things going on, and then I didn't use any other monthlies. I have some planning in here for some of my weekly kits. So here's like a weekly where I was just kind of experimenting, putting some stickers in and everything like that. Another weekly where I was experimenting, so nothing too crazy. I think I actually started using this maybe the beginning of October. This was when we were on our cruise, so I just kind of listed some things. This wasn't even really like a planner spread. It was just kind of writing things down. And then I finally actually started planning in here on the 17th, the week of the 17th. So I wasn't feeling well this week. This is when I was sick, so I was really not focused on like getting things actually figured out. I was just trying to write things down and see if it might work. And you can see I tried to use it kind of as an hourly, but at the same time, I don't really know if that worked very well. Here I tried a kit. This is an actual 7x9 kit from my shop. So you see the labels are a little bit too big. And I kind of liked how it worked out, and you can see that like the boxes fit pretty well, all of that stuff, but it was just like the washi didn't fit, the labels didn't fit, all of that stuff. So I knew I needed to make like a specific Hobonichi kit, so I wanted to start working on that, and that's where like the testing and the first part of the planner came into play. Here we get more into Halloween. And I still was kind of using it as like an hourly, but not really. I was kind of like shifting and figuring out, okay, would I rather do an hourly or use this as like a sectioned out planner? And so I'm trying to work through that here and figure out how that was going to look. So you can see I kind of got into a style over these past few days, but I still didn't know if I wanted to do something different. So I used a kit here, which I really liked. This was, again, just like a little bit of a practice kit to see how I liked it. And I actually really did enjoy it with like the different full boxes and everything like that, the sidebar, all of that. So that was pretty good. This is where I actually went through and I sectioned out my planner into the different sections that I usually use in my Erin Condren planner to see if that would work. And I think that that was also really good. So this was kind of fun. More recent weeks, I kind of set them up a little bit differently, but you can kind of see I've gotten into this groove of doing things where I section out into like the different categories, and then I'm able to almost use it like I did my Erin Condren planner. This was a mess. I set this up and I was like, wow, that looks so bad. I used the wrong marker for my headers and I was really kicking myself. So I pretty much just redid it here. I didn't fill it out that much, mainly because I didn't have a whole lot of stuff going on. I was just mostly prepping for Christmas this last part and we weren't doing anything special, so there wasn't anything too big for me to put in here. But I loved this kit. It's like a fun little gingerbread kit with some like hot chocolate type things. So I wanted to use it. I might go back and kind of fill things in now. But that is the last spread in this planner, and I'll be moving into my 2023. But I'm going to flip through really quickly and show you all of my spreads in the daily section. And then that should be it for this planner. And that's kind of it for my entire year worth of spreads. So let me just kind of flip. I was really trying to figure things out here, figure out if I wanted to do doodles, lists, what I wanted to do, if I wanted to journal. It was a lot of experimentation. I also went on a cruise, so it was kind of a distraction because obviously going on a cruise means we didn't have like normal plans. So it kind of threw things off a little bit. We got home, I had to catch up on work stuff. I really love that I did doodles of the different things that I got in my boxes. I got a Moxie Life review crew box and an Erin Condren holiday release box. So I drew the different things that I got in each of them. I didn't journal on Friday, but that was, I think, one of like the last days where I didn't actually write anything. So the rest of the whole book, I've written something every single day, which is kind of nice. I started doing some like to-do list and like today type of schedule things in here, and that worked pretty well. So I think I've kind of continued doing that for most of the time. I have some brain dumps, to-do lists, everything like that. I try to do some type of lettering or doodling. So that's kind of fun. I did a little, my sketch of my office because I wanted to rearrange some things. I was able to use some fun little decorations and stuff, and still more doodling. Halloween. I got new pens, so I swatched the different colors here. Used some fun stickers from Erin Condren. I think these are from the Happy Planner, so I don't really know where they came from, but Happy Planner. Again, Happy Planner stuff here, so I just was trying to use up some stickers that I had. Election Day. I had some social media stuff I wanted to focus on. My dad's birthday. Here were some other stickers from Happy Planner with like the florals and stuff like that. These stickers are from Erin Condren. These are just a lot of like reflections on some very random stuff. It was like I had just some thoughts and needed to get them out. These days we're definitely starting to prep and like really working on Black Friday stuff. More Black Friday stuff. Definitely busy. There wasn't a lot of like stuff here. I just added a little color after the fact. Thanksgiving, which was really good. I have some Black Friday things, reflections about Black Friday. Got some new pens, Cyber Monday stuff, and then I decorated for Christmas. So I have a picture of our little tree, or like a doodle of our little tree. My Spotify Wrapped information, which is kind of fun. And then we start with December. I kind of figured out that I need to like put something between my pages. So that's why there's like transfer, I guess you could say, when I write on like another page, the ink from this page gets on it. So I kind of started figuring out that I need to like do some things to make this look a little bit cleaner. December, I have some more doodles here. Went to Trans-Siberian Orchestra and I did some more doodling. We also had a mini Thanksgiving this day with my husband and my mother-in-law because we wanted to have our own leftovers. So we did it on December 3rd. Another couple busy days. So we just kind of added some color. Again, a couple busy days. So there were just a couple days where I was just uninspired. So I just didn't put anything. This is because I got some candles from the Bath & Body Works sale, and I ordered some, or I got some of my deliveries from Black Friday. We ordered some blinds for some of our windows, which was definitely like an adult like purchase. So that was kind of nice, but this pretty much hung out with Andrew all day and really just kind of didn't do much, so that was nice. Not a whole lot going on. Trying to figure out how to rearrange one of the rooms in our house. I was brainstorming some of my goals here just for the different categories. Wasn't a whole lot. I used one of the journaling kits for this spread, so I have just some of the different stickers and everything in here that I was testing, and then I kind of refined them from there. I ordered a companion planner from Erin Condren and it shipped that same day. We watched some documentaries, which was really nice. And then we had, I set a delivery for Peloton, so that was kind of nice and exciting. We had a couple things going on today. I think I got a Peloton delivery and that was pretty much it. I used a new fountain pen and it was kind of a mess. I like transferred it and all that kind of stuff, like my fingerprints, and it was just kind of a mess. So I was trying to be a little bit more careful. Here was another really good day. Andrew was off this day, so we just kind of hung out all day and didn't really do much. So that was just a very relaxing day. Again, I was using my fountain pen and transferred a bunch of ink and stuff all over the place, so I was really annoyed with myself for doing that again. But really just kind of drew some different doodles and stuff like that, and then used some of the deco from one of my kits. We went up to my mother-in-law's house and hung out, so that was kind of fun on this day. And then we got Panda Express when we were on our way home, so I put my little fortune in here because it says before you know it, you'll be sitting on top of the world. So that was kind of fun and I liked that. And then here we're getting into more recent days. We have some information. I started working on genealogy stuff. I was really inspired by someone named Mackenzie on Instagram. You might know her. She does Hobonichi stuff. She has amazing journaling spreads. She's just amazing, and she did a big project on figuring out her genealogy, and that really inspired me. So I signed up for Ancestry.com and I was working on that a lot. So that was kind of cool. I say here that I was able to find both mine and Andrew's families back to the 1500s. So that was really cool. I made a lot of progress on that. And then over here, I think just reflections about work. I think this week I was feeling a little bit frustrated with some work things. And again, not a whole lot, not a lot of doodles or anything like that. Really just kind of writing down some reflections each day, counting down to Christmas, all of that stuff. And then here it looks like this is the last spread for now. So we just have some fun doodles here with like Christmas lights, Christmas Eve, a tree, all of that stuff. So I am really liking this spread. It was a lot more fun based on like some of these more like basic spreads back here. But essentially just going over the weekend. So that is it for this planner. I don't have anything in the back. There's nothing, no details, no little notes pages or anything like that. So that is pretty much it for my planners for 2022. I am now officially moving into my 2023 planners now, since it is the last week of December. So that is kind of what's happening at this point, and I'm saying bye to these planners, starting fresh, and I absolutely love the feeling of starting in a brand new unused planner, so I really can't wait. I did a planner stack video. I think I released it this past week, so if you're interested in seeing what I'm using for the upcoming year, you can check that out. I will have a card up here if you're interested in checking it out, but safe to say, I think I'm very solidly in a Hobonichi planner. I'll be dabbling in a few other planners, and you can see what I'll be using in that video. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. If you have a favorite spread, or if you have any like comments or anything about how I use my planners or things you liked or didn't like, let me know in the comments down below. I love kind of looking back and seeing what I think about some of my spreads. Some of them were good, some of them were not good. Some of them were boring, some of them were a lot better, and I love hearing what you guys think. So let me know. I would love to hear kind of what you thought about my year in my different planners. So anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you later. Bye.